ABC Broadcasting, management, or its sponsors.
You have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark on Florida Man Radio.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You want answers? You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
And welcome to the program. It's another edition of You Have Power Radio. I will be your host, Justin Clark, protecting you, the consumer, from the evils of corporate America. We bully the bullies. And the phone lines for you are now open. All you have to do is call 321-339-1055. You can stream it at floridamanradio.com. Download the Florida Man Radio app, or always you can stream us over on iHeart.
And now it's time for the opening statement. This should be interesting.
We've been in this bull market now for, a decade? I mean, at some point, when are things going to crash again? And what should we really be doing with our money at this point? We have an election coming up. We all know elections make people absolutely insane. And really, we worry about the stock market in these election years. And here's my fear. My fear is that we get so lazy as a society with these like Wells Fargo apps, and we put our money in the savings account or the checking account, and we don't even really care that our money is growing while it's sitting there. Do you know what these banks are paying you in interest? They'll charge you 9% for a car loan. They have no problem doing that. But they're going to pay you like 0.008% interest on your money. And it's time we stop letting them rip us off. And we're going to tell you exactly how to do it. But first, to my right, my good friend and Orlando radio legend, Mick Dolan. Mick, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
And directly to his right, the beautiful Briana. Hello, Briana.
Hello, Justin.
So first of all, it smells like we should do the breathalyzer here tonight. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to call anybody out.
Wow.
I'm just saying, if we had the breathalyzer, it might not be the worst night.
I think he's calling you out, man.
Answering your calls, pushing the buttons right across from me in this studio, the back to me a little bit. It's our good friend Eric Stacy. EC, what's up, babe? How are you?
Completely sober over here. Just let you know.
Yeah, you got to stay sober.
All right. Somebody does. Somebody is.
So let me tell you something. So it is Wednesday, I believe. And on Wednesday is when, as you know, Briana, we go to CBS and I shoot the TV show for Saturday. And by the way, don't forget to watch the TV show this Saturday, 12:30 p.m. And also Sunday, 10 a.m. over on TV 27. Anyway, as I'm leaving the CBS studios today, guys, they have this huge tower right next to the station. As I'm leaving, I see some dude at the bottom of this tower. And of course, like any other rational human being, I assume he's there to repair something on the tower.
Yeah.
On my way to the office, after leaving the television studio, I get a text from some people at the station. They're like, have you seen this yet? Some dude, as we sit here right now, is apparently still on top of the tower over at WKMG, where we just left.
Right.
And it's raining, ladies and gentlemen, first of all. Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean?
He has mental issues.
If the rain can't get you down, I don't know what can. Anyway, I hope he comes down safely, but I just, I don't know. And also,
nothing like a little drama.
Do you notice anything different about me on Wednesdays, by the way?
Well, you're wearing a suit jacket.
Yeah, so I am wearing a suit, but it's the makeup. So on Wednesday, I have to wear makeup, and then when I'm done, they ask me the same question every time. Do you want to take off your makeup? And my obvious answer is, hell no. One day a week I'm going to look decent? No way. I'll keep it on all day. So if you think I look a little fresh, it's the makeup.
Fresh. I like that.
It's not. I do think that it is like cheating a little bit. That it's not normal for dudes to wear makeup because you do look a little bit better. And look, Pilar even does this little thing like around my chin, and I even look a teeny bit thinner because I'm this kind of dude who, if I can have like one slice of pizza, my face explodes. So it goes right to my face.
Right.
But when you wear this makeup, I'm telling you, you can look thinner in your face.
I don't know about that.
Excuse me, pal.
Here we go.
You know I'm only half kidding.
321-339-1055. 1055. If you have any financial questions at all, go ahead and dial that phone number because we're going to have plenty of answers. And the person answering those questions tonight happens to be a good friend of mine, and he happens to also be my own financial advisor. That is Ron Christopher. Ron, how are you, sir?
Hey,
Thanks
good,
for being
sir.
here.
Absolutely.
Ron is the owner of GC Wealth Management. You're a certified financial planner. Let's get this right out of the way early on because, you know, with Bernie Madoff, with all the things that happened during this epic collapse in 2008, I guess. 2008 was really the beginning of it. People started wondering, well, who can I trust? What is the difference in a certified financial planner and just some regular dude out on the street saying, I'll invest your money?
Well, I'll tell you, that's the number one thing that people need to figure out is if they can trust someone before, you know, they want to conduct business with them, especially in the investment world. I mean, money's not the only thing in life, but it's important, maybe up there near oxygen. And so certified financial planner, what that means is it means that someone has fulfilled the requirements of the CFP board. They've gotten additional education. I took 8 classes through UCF on top of my college education, and we're governed by a board of ethics. So we have a list of ethics that the board, you know, governs us by and requires us to act as a fiduciary for our clients.
And it leads me to another question when you talk about education, because I will never forget being in high school and like taking swimming class or bakery. You know what I mean? We would take all these dumb classes, but I don't ever remember having a class about how to invest my damn money. I mean, why as a country have we not figured out how to teach our kids coming up investment advice? Don't you think money is sort of important when you get older?
I think that's one of the most important things people can learn. I mean, my daughter's in geometry class right now. I mean, I think it's safe to say she's really not going to need geometry when she gets older. But
look, I think you're underestimating the power of a
Protractor?
triangle. I don't know. I mean, I mean, geometry, super important down the road, right?
Certainly.
But
yeah.
are they teaching her how to invest money? Are they teaching her about mutual funds? I mean, it seems like we're really lacking in this country when it comes to education.
Absolutely, and that's one of my big passions is financial literacy, and it's a big, I don't want to say the system's rigged, but people are coming into age and required to balance checkbooks and have checking accounts, and they have no idea what they're doing. And by the time they learn all the hard lessons, someone's made money off of them for 10, 20 years. They're in debt. They're in, you know, whether it's student loan debt, unsecured credit card debt. I mean, I was in the military. I was in for 6 years. I got my first credit card. I was 1 year in the Navy. I went into Dillard's and started buying some clothes, and next thing you know, I'm walking out with a $400 credit limit on a credit card that I immediately ran up. And then to my surprise, 2 months later, they upped my credit limit to $800. And that's the game. Yeah. And I didn't know any better. And people at that young age, they just don't know any better.
It's gimmicky. You know, you go into a store like this, and they'll say, oh, you'll save 10% today, knowing they're going to end up crushing you down the road. Like we were talking about before the show, too. You know, I was so excited I had that coffee left over here in the refrigerator. Yeah. Because, Mick, yesterday, did I offer you a coffee yesterday, one of those cold ones?
No.
All right, so anyway, yesterday I got to the studio because I went to 7-Eleven before I got here. And you can either buy 2 of these, like, you know, mocha frozen coffee things.
Frappuccino.
Two for $4 or 1 for $3. They think we're stupid. You know what I mean? I don't want 2 coffees, but I bought 2 coffees, right?
Just to save that dollar.
I mean, but then it really cost me another $1. So I do think that corporate America thinks that we're dumb. In a lot of ways, I think that they believe we're dumb. What is some advice can you give to us as adults now? I mean, how can we educate ourselves on financial matters and financial issues going on?
Well, I think the first thing that people need to understand is they believe that they have to wait till they've achieved a certain level of financial success before they seek someone like myself out. And it's actually the opposite. They need to seek someone out who can act as a fiduciary for them, someone who can act as a coach, who can help them build habits, start small, build these micro habits, and build a nest egg for themselves. Because if they're going to work, let's say 30 years, maybe longer in their lives, they're going to need 30 years of income off of their assets that they've saved. And people right now, 50% of Americans can't go without a paycheck for two cycles.
Ron Christopher is here. He is with GC Wealth Management. If you have any questions for Ron, 321-339-1055. If you want to ask him questions off the air, Ron, what is the website, phone number? How can I reach out if I need to ask you questions about how to invest my money?
So if you want to reach me, so our website is gcwmadvisors.com. I can be reached at 407-947-7396.
321-339-1055. Or you can call Mick's cell phone at...
No.
Never mind. I just see all these new
Text
phone numbers
me.
up here. I don't know.
Text me.
Yeah. We giving out Briana's cell phone before you know it. So we hear about an election coming up. We know that people get a little cuckoo when election season comes around. And stock markets can get cuckoo when election season comes around as well. But how would you describe the stock market as we sit here today?
Well, the stock market best can be described as an aging bull market, long in the tooth, if you will. And what I'm seeing by new clients coming in, I see their statements. By and large, people are investing with too high level of risk within their 401ks, their IRAs, and other investment accounts. And one of the things that we do, we have a risk analyzer that basically inputs that data, and we give them a risk appraisal of their portfolio so they know exactly what risks they're subjected to. And if we were to have a market decline, they need to know what that's going to mean. Back in 2008, the common joke was my 401k is now a 201k because it basically got cut in half.
Yeah, about half.
And our job for everybody in our book of business, our clientele, and the people who walk in our doors, we want to prevent that from happening. That's number one. So we have various research that we use. We use a research report that forecasts when recessions can happen and what that could mean to the stock market, but then also the vital signs of the market.
We're all a little bit different ages in here, so I think this is a good sort of example of society. Briana is in her 20s. You can check her out by watching the video at You Have Power Radio on Facebook.
I wish I was in my 20s.
Instagram,
I remember the 20s.
YouTube.
But
Mick has been practicing. Mick has been doing radio.
Practicing, yes.
Mick has been doing radio
One of these
since...
days I'm going to be good enough to actually do it.
Mick's been doing radio since 1970. Eric is mid-30s. I'm 40. Ron, you're
47.
47. So
I was born on leap year, so technically I'll be 12 next year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
I forgot you're a leap
I'm
year
younger
baby.
than everybody.
But it leads me to the question. I think that when you meet someone who comes into your office and they're asking for investment advice, doesn't age play an important part of the advice you're going to give? And how does that really decide what you're going to tell them what to do?
Yeah, so age is the number one component. What people don't realize is the last time we had this major bear market, that was 11 years ago, basically. Okay, everyone's 11 years older now, and they need to view their portfolio different being of an older age versus what happened back in 2008. 2008 was a terrible time for most people in this country. It's called the Great Recession because it was, in fact, a deep, painful recession. And a lot of people did not know what to do with that. There was really no playbook for that. And I think we're at a period of time right now where, corporate debt's at an all-time high, taxes that are an all-time low. The Federal Reserve cut interest rates today.
Yeah.
Things are happening that honestly I never thought I would see. We cut taxes last year at arguably after one of the best bull runs in history. We're lowering interest rates. When I talk to recruiters all the time, they can't find good applicants for the jobs that are available. The labor market's super tight, and the Fed's cutting interest rates. So my fear is that the bullets are out of the guns that can help stave off the depths of a recession.
So you're talking, it's coming.
Well, it's not if, it's when. If we had a crystal ball, and by the way, if anybody's listening out there, you go into an advisor and they want to tell you they can time the market or they have a crystal ball, first of all, ask them to see it and then grab it and run and come to my office.
Really, let's share.
It just doesn't exist.
And they would probably be in a really, really nice office at this point if they really could predict them that much. I mean, what does history tell us about the cyclical nature of the stock market? I mean, is there a typical amount of years before something crashes again? Is it a decade? Is it 2 decades? Does it vary wildly? What's the typical cycle for the stock market?
Well, the typical cycle used to be 7 years. However, the Federal Reserve has kind of rigged the system a little bit in how much money they've printed over the last 10 years. So this cycle was meant to be extended. Everything's cyclical when it comes to the economy. Most of your recessions that happen are just basically a brief interruption in the credit cycle. In other words, people borrowed too much money.
Correction.
They can't buy it back, or they can't pay it back. So there's defaults, and lending goes down, and that's the lifeblood of our economy, unfortunately.
Ron Christopher joins me tonight, 321-339-1055. Is there a minimum amount of money that I should have liquid before I should consider actually doing some investment? And let me clarify a little bit, because I think that some people look in their checking account and maybe they only see $5,000, or maybe they only see $10,000, and they're like, look, you know what? It's not even enough to bother with. I'm just going to leave it there, making 0% on my money. Is there a minimum amount that I should really start looking into some sort of investment?
Well, the first thing you want to take care of is your emergency fund. Okay, you should have 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a bank account. Whether it's 3 or 6 months depends on your job security. Above that, money can be invested. But what people don't realize is they can start a mutual fund investment account with a very small amount, maybe $250, and they can start an automatic investment plan of it as little as $50. And what that does is that cements the habit of automatic savings. Because most people in life, they go through life, they build their wealth in 2 ways. One is through their house, because they're forced to pay a mortgage. And the other way is through a 401k, because they're just told to do so. The company matches some percentage, and they're just saying, hey, this is a great idea, I should invest in it. So that systematic investment is the key to success, and that's what we try to coach people into.
Do you think if I go to 7-Eleven and I just get one, are they going to give it to me for $2, guys? Or am I really going to pay the full $3?
They should.
I'm just thinking about
Publix
that.
does that.
I'm getting a little bit annoyed. I wish they would just be straight up with me. All right, so if I don't get 2, is it half price, or is it really going to be the whole $3 if I just get 1? I don't know. Yeah. Don't you think they should tell us that?
Well,
it's infuriating to me.
I think you should ask.
But, I was kind of happy I had a coffee when I got here today, though. So I will tell you, I was somewhat happy with 7-Eleven today.
That's what they're counting on.
And what would you do with your money right now if you don't have an investment advisor that you really trust? Because, look, we all know what happened back in the day. There were some untrustworthy people out there. But it is time to get off of the couch and move some of that money that you just have sitting around not working for you at all. But what should you do with that money? And that's the question we're going to answer right on the other side of this very, very short break. 321-339-1055. Stick around. It's Florida Man Radio.
You're listening to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Is debt piling up? Feeling overwhelmed? Bankruptcy may be the best choice. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation at 321-282-1055 or visit youhavepower.com. Justin Clark, by your side. Offices, Maitland.
Damn, it's hot in here. What's the deal with your AC?
I've had 2 AC companies out, and they can't get it fixed.
You gotta get Four Seasons AC out here now. Call them, 407-295-9231. 407-295-9231. Four Seasons is the AC company you wish you called first.
CSC 056308.
This is CJ, owner of Bellicoso Cigars and Cafe on North Park Avenue. Come see us and ask for a free house cigar with your first purchase. Hang out, enjoy a premium or boutique cigar, and the best coffee on Park Avenue. Make new friends and relax with outdoor seating. Look for the red awning, Bellicoso Cigars, Coffee, and Community on North Park Avenue in Winter Park.
The cigar of the week is the La Palina Red Label. A delicate spice complements the rich, creamy smoke with a subtle, sweet finish. Pick up a La Palina Red Label today at Bellicoso.
RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. It's time to up your standard of driving. If your old ride is unreliable, unsafe, or just plain uncool, this month I want to help you dump that junker and dive into a nice new car today. Even if you're underwater in your old ride, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it, regardless of age, mileage, or condition. Plus, my dealer next door credit approval process is a pearl in an ocean of fishy alternatives. And you could float home for just $8 down. Get a really cool deal on a new 2019 Mitsubishi Mirage for only $9,900, or a 2019 Outlander Sport starting at $15,900. So sink that ride you hate, and you could drive for $8. That's right, you can be swimming in savings. But hurry, my accountant's a wet blanket, and he won't let this deal go on for long. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get wet and wild at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Require bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. $227.46 per month for 75 months. 2.9%. Amount financed $15,542.
Going to work or just taking care of your home. Daily activities that should never put you in jeopardy. Roundup Weed Killer has been linked to many cases of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Our farmers, gardeners, florists, and maintenance workers have been exposed to this toxic chemical. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma or are receiving chemotherapy as a result of Roundup exposure, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-565-4000. That's 1-800-565-4000 for a free consultation.
It's the end of summer savings spectacular this weekend at LKQ Pick Your Part. This Saturday and Sunday save an additional 40% on every part you pull. Transmissions to tires, rims to radiators. Find the part you need and save. And this Saturday and Sunday at LKQ Pick Your Part, the savings will be unbelievable. 40% off every used part on the lot. LKQ Pick Your Part has millions of parts from hundreds of vehicles to choose from. And this weekend, save even more off our low, low prices. Visit LKQPickYourPart.com for a location near you. Participating locations only.
Linda here from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oviedo on Mitchell Hammock Road, just east of Alafaya Trail, next to Chick-fil-A. Whether it's a job interview or a first date, Lady Jane's in Oviedo will make sure you look great for whatever's on your plate. Get a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, and hot towel treatment for just $14. Lady Jane's in Oviedo on Mitchell Hammock Road, just east of Alafaya Trail, next to Chick-fil-A, where we believe success favors the well-groomed. Lady Jane's in Oviedo. It's wicked awesome.
This is Sergeant Slayer again. Today's orders are to go to WeKillFloridaBugs.com. Say it again. WeKillFloridaBugs.com.
WeKillFloridaBugs.com is home of Mighty Tech Pest Management. Get in touch with Mighty Tech today for residential and commercial pest control, termites, wildlife exclusion, and removal. And if mosquitoes are a problem, ask Mighty Tech about them as well. Call for a free evaluation today. 1-888-750-7378.
Say it again. WeKillFloridaBugs.com. Dismissed.
$700 and you're behind the wheel of a better ride. At Orlando Car Deals, pay just $700 down. No credit check and drive today. Your income is your credit. Call 844-700-DOWN, 8900 South US Highway 1792 Maitland, or online at OrlandoCarDeals.com.
Call Pizza Hut now to pick up a large 3-topping pizza for just $7.99. Because the best place to pick up a pizza has pizza in the name. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Ask or click for offer. Additional charge for extra cheese, stuffed crust, pan, and extra toppings. Availability, prices, and participation vary, baby.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
20% off on boots and apparel now at skipsboots.com. Enter the promo code FloridaMan20. Name brands like Ariat, Corral, Lucchese, Durango, Harley-Davidson, Stetson, Wolverine, Wrangler, Miss Me, and more. Save 20% now at skipsboots.com. Enter promo code FloridaMan20 or say hey to Kenny at Skips Western Outfitters, downtown Osteen, or in the Best Buy Plaza across from the Speedway in Daytona Beach.
Skips, it's about attitude.
The Shannon Burke Show.
I ain't letting no Chinaman mash on me with that damn...
No. I bring in my assistant to walk on back right now. Okay, first put the bean in the ear. And tomorrow you'll have big erection.
The Shannon Burke Show on Florida Man Radio. Now, back to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
And welcome back. Your calls are being answered at 321-339-1055. Justin Clark here with you, joined by Ron Christopher. He's the owner of GC Wealth Management. Ron, website and phone number one more time, please.
Website, GCWM as in Michael, advisors.com. Advisors is ORS at the end.
I've always wondered that, actually. I had a question written down. How do you spell advisor? Can you spell it both ways? Or am I an idiot?
Well, Americans normally spell it with an ORS, but their Europeans spell ERS.
But if you did enter the E version, would it still go to your website?
No, it would not.
Oh.
I think it would go to a blank page.
Someone came in and scooped up that domain hoping that they would pay them off down the road.
Right.
Mick.
Making some money. I know.
So what was harder for you? Because I think most people don't recognize that you spent, the early portion of your life, not just in the Navy, but living on submarines for weeks at a time around hundreds of other men and women. What's more difficult, telling people how to best invest their money or living on a submarine under the water for weeks at a time?
Sub-duty's very difficult.
What's it like being down there? And how long would you go down at a time?
So I did 8 patrols in the 92 to 96. That was after the Iron Curtain had fallen and the Cold War technically was over, although we did have a lot of activity out there with, Russian listening boats and submerged contacts. But I think the longest I was underwater was 77 days without seeing the sunlight.
Man, that is
terrible.
Yeah.
No sun, no nothing.
How in the world did these submarine captains, what are they, captains?
Captain, yeah.
Not run into stuff? Because we can't have the whole bottom of the ocean mapped out, can we?
We do, actually.
Really?
Yeah, we do. It's we don't use any active sonar. In the movies you hear the ping thing. We didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
We had hydrophones that listened to everything, and they were very, very accurate.
What sort of speed do you get underwater in a submarine? How fast do you go?
It's pretty. I think that's classified.
Oh,
Justin.
really?
Yeah, I might have to.
Sorry about that.
I don't want to have to take you out here. No, typically we called it 10 knots to nowhere. We were a missile boat, so we were on point to launch missiles at the president's command, and we did about 10 knots at an undisclosed depth beneath the water. And we ran drills. We worked 18-hour days. I would lose 20 pounds per patrol. I'd leave patrol about 195 pounds. I'd come back about 175 pounds.
So do you ever come up and open the little hatch on top and let people at least see the sun, or we don't do that at all?
Well, we had, 2 or 3 times. Yeah. We called it Steel Beach Liberty. And what that means is, the deck is our beach, and we got to swim in the ocean. And we were about 70 miles off the coast and got to swim in the ocean. Got to try to catch dolphins, had turtles submerged next to me. My captain jumped off the Fairwater Plains, the sailplanes rather, and I got a great picture of it. He lost his wedding ring.
Oh.
So yeah, it was. But if you can imagine not being in the sun, not having sunscreen, not planning to have sunscreen, you get burnt really easily.
And how many people normally would be on board with you at a time?
So we had 150 guys on board. No females at that time, although now there are females on submarines, which if I had my choice, I wouldn't advise that just because nothing against females. I have 2 daughters, but it's just,
Could be trouble.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. 321-339-1055. Justin Clark here talking to Ron Christopher. All right, so election season is upon us. I mean, let's be honest. We're all afraid to admit it, I think, but it's pretty much here. We're already seeing the debates. How do people's dealing with their money and how do the markets really react during an election cycle?
So typically the 3rd year of a presidential term is a weak year, okay? Although we have not had that this calendar year, mainly because the incumbent president wants to be reelected and he wants a strong market in the 4th year. So
and he's a financial guy, too.
Yeah, he is a financial guy. I got to tell you, there's a lot of confidence in this man. Whether you like him or not, there is a lot of complacency, in my opinion.
Just a heads up, this station, they like him mostly, so you can say good stuff on this station.
Okay.
Right, Mick?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, in my position, I am apolitical.
Yeah.
And I am actually a nonpartisan.
Really?
Yeah, I am. That shocks a lot of people.
I'm surprised. I thought you were far right.
So you're an independent, or
I'm an independent. I'm a conservative, but I'm more of a constitutional conservative.
All right, let's talk finance. 40-year-old Justin Clark walks into the office. I'm like, Ron, I don't know what I want. I just know that I don't want to work forever, and I don't trust Social Security because I don't think it'll even be here when I retire, and I want to have enough money to live on when I retire. What are we going to do from that point?
Okay, so the first things first is you want to go through a financial planning process, okay? Any advisor that you're going to deal with, you want to make sure they have a process. Now, I've been in this business 22 years. I've been a certified financial planner for 17 years. So I have refined a process that I consider four-dimensional, approaching things from all angles. At the end of that process, a plan is put together. Now, consider that your state of the union, okay? It's fluid, it's panoramic, it's dynamic, it's a living thing. It's not just a set it and forget it. It's something that needs monitored yearly. Through that planning process, it'll be determined where you need to be investing, where you need to be focusing your savings dollars. All of that is laid out in the plan.
Are there any guaranteed investments out there? Anything that I can put my money in that's just guaranteed that I'm going to keep my money and it's going to grow?
In a sense, I mean, most of your guaranteed, what would be considered guaranteed, is anything FDIC insured. And that would be CDs through the bank, which, as you know, are not paying a lot.
Yeah, what do those pay now?
Interest rates have collapsed in the past 6% or past 6 months. So, they've come down substantially. There are market-based CDs that do have FDIC insurance that a lot of people don't know about. That's why I am an independent advisor. If I was out there in the general public looking for an advisor, I would seek an independent advisor. The breadth of what we're able to offer our clients is much different than what you can get at a proprietary broker-dealer per se.
Yeah, what do you think if someone has young children? The Florida prepaid fund is something you hear all the time, but then there's also another tool that you put that I'm not saying you convinced me to, that I decided to, but through your company, 529 plan, I believe, for my children. And I was so excited to do it just because we didn't really have money for college or whatever when I was coming up, and I love saving for my kids for their college fund. I mean, do you see any benefit to the prepaid college fund versus the 529 plan?
So when the prepaid plan came out, or at least let's say 20 years ago, the prepaid plan was a fantastic deal. Through the recessions that we've had, interest rates have continued to go down, and the deal became less and less lucrative. It became more expensive through the prepaid plan. So the 529 plan, in my opinion, was the only real way to kind of save for college. Say about 2 or 3 years ago, the prepaid plan has been restructured and it's been flattened out, and it is more affordable to engage in the prepaid plan in Florida now.
Some of us are just not great at sending checks in, or we're just procrastinators at the end of the day, Ron. Let's be honest.
Everybody is pretty much.
And I think I am a little bit too. And you convinced me. And by the way, if you have any questions for Ron Christopher, 321-339-1055. You convinced me, Justin, just put a number on it every month and just have it automatically come out of your account. Don't think about it. And it's just, you're saving now, and we do that not only for my 529 for the kids, we also do it for my retirement savings myself. I mean, isn't that kind of the best way to do it? So it's just going to happen every month?
That is the best way to do it, by far. And what you did was exactly the right thing. You started young. We started with a small amount. We've upped it through time. And you can see what these account balances can do by just saving systematically. You're building the habit of saving. And from there, that's where that's where the magic happens. Einstein said compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah.
It's something he couldn't even understand. So
another thing that we don't think about a lot, and I see in my legal practice, because we file probably 20, 30 bankruptcies a month, is people will come into my office and they'll say, Justin, I've got $100,000 in credit card debt. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Well, what are the assets looking like? They'll say, well, I have $30,000 sitting in my checking account. And I'm like, well, you're not going to be filing bankruptcy. At least you're not going to be filing the easy bankruptcy. Whereas if they come into my office and they say, I have $100,000 in credit card debt, and I have $30,000 in my 401k or my IRA, that makes all the difference in the world. Why is that, Ron?
Well, so here in the state of Florida, we are blessed in that our state laws give us certain things that are what are considered creditor-exempt assets. Those would be 401ks, IRAs. Actually, 529 plans are your home. Those type of things are exempt from creditors. So when you're in negotiation with a creditor, they want to see your financials, and if they're looking to see what they can get out of you to salvage, their investment in you.
Yeah, basically they're protected. If you file bankruptcy, the trustee can't come take your money that's in one of those plans, whether it's IRA, 401k, whatever. It's totally protected. You could have $1 million sitting there, and you keep your $1 million, but you get rid of all of your other debt at the same time. So it's creditor protection is a very huge benefit of investing in this type of way.
Yeah, and most people that come in that we do financial plans for that have what would be considered deep pockets, people who make a lot of money, who may have cash sitting somewhere just in a bank account, whether that's in their corporate name or their personal name, that's one of the things that gets addressed. God forbid they do something and get sued by another person. We want to make sure that they're protected, and we try to be proactive with that.
Because who's more likely to get sued, Mick? Someone who has deep pockets or someone with nothing, right?
Deep pockets.
So if you have deep pockets, which, most of us here don't, that's okay. If you have deep pockets, you want to protect this money because it's going to be way less likely that someone's going to try to come after you for everything you own. Whereas if you just leave that money in a checking account or savings account, they can absolutely come and attack that money. Ron Christopher's here. Ron, let me ask you. Go ahead.
One other thing. So most of you small business owners out there, if you're successful and, you've got cash flow coming in and you've got all this cash that's in your business, let's say you need cash for operating the business. But if you have an abundance of cash above and beyond that, that is a danger for the business owner, because when you're in business, you can get sued through that business activity. And if you've got cash in the business name, then that's exposed.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So what should you do? Take the cash and do what?
Well, you should get that in your personal name and look to put it in one of these creditor-exempt assets that also meets your other financial goals. That can't be the only reason why you would make an investment is to protect it from creditors, but that's also a nice kind of thing to do.
Ron Christopher's here, GC Wealth Management. You can go visit his website, give him a call. Website, phone number, Ron?
It's GCWM advisors with an ORS.com. Phone number 407-947-7396.
Pre-2008, we all trusted these banks, and you have money in there. We know it's all protected. We know it's all FDIC protected. There's no way that big banks can fail. And I think 2008 made some of us really question, Mark, whether that's accurate or not accurate. How safe do you think our money is right now sitting in these big banks?
Well, so today, our banks are in a much better position than they were back then. Yeah. Absolutely no doubt. And the derivatives market back then made them at risk. I think the biggest bogeys out there right now, there's a couple things that date back to the 1980s. So, Justin, I was 8 years old in 1980. I remember the 80s pretty well.
You were changing my diapers, boy.
I became an uncle in 1980.
Oh, yeah?
So in 1980, inflation was out of control. Okay, interest rates were sky high
Jimmy Carter.
To battle this inflation thing. So you know what the government did? In true government fashion, they just said, okay, well, we're just going to change the equation. We're just going to say, okay, this is how we calculated inflation before, and now this is how we calculate inflation now. So the government is telling us that inflation today is 2% or less. Now, how many of us in here think that inflation is 2% or less? No, it's not. It's much, much higher. So there's all these shadow statistics, people that calculate inflation as they did then to indicate that inflation is much, much higher. Now, what they also did is they increased the payroll tax to pay into this phantom Social Security trust fund back then. And so our taxes went up on our income to pay for old age benefits later on. Well, they've raided the Social Security Trust Fund ever since. Now, by understating inflation, they don't have to pay as much Social Security benefits out because they supposedly...
That's the reason.
Got it.
There you go. So they lowered... So they tell us inflation is 2%, so they don't have to bump Social Security up every year by the true amount.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
What do you
thought
think?
of that?
What is the rate? What is the real rate right now? Do you think? I mean, how can you can't figure that or what?
I would say 6 to 8%.
Oh, really?
Personally, but I have 3 kids. I've got money flying out the door all the time, and everything costs
Join
more.
the team.
And we're all so busy. There's so much noise out there. I mean, I think the average adult attention span is 7 to 8 seconds. There's so much noise out there. People don't pay attention to this. They don't know
that much.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
8
seconds.
One thing we can all agree on is that The Wolf of Wall Street was a great movie, and Margot Robbie was a fantastic actress, right, Mick?
Yes.
We liked her. She was great at what she does.
I did.
Now, this dude in
Bad
Wolf of
girl.
Wall Street, Jordan, whatever his name is, Leo DiCaprio, he was killing it selling penny stocks. Can penny stocks be good at all? I mean, are there good penny stocks? Is that a way to get rich quick, or is this all just sort of like playing the lottery?
Well, I would say, unfortunately, human nature is expedient, and we want to get from point A to point B fast, and I'm telling you, that is just not the way to go. There are no shortcuts. My firm does not allow me to engage in penny stocks.
Really?
I cannot.
So they're dangerous. I mean, it's like a lottery ticket in some ways, huh?
Yeah, to some degree. I mean, it's something, if you're building your financial plan around penny stocks, I mean, I would go to Sevi and buy those 2 for 4 coffees and about 50 of those scratch-offs, to be honest.
Now, Briana, you told us during the break, and I could actually see you doing this. You told us during the break that at a certain age, you were so disciplined that you just started doing what?
Yeah, I have a mutual fund.
Yeah?
Set up. Yeah, at 2, actually.
And when did you set it up? At what age? And ladies and gentlemen, she's 27?
I'm 27.
I was right.
Parents set it up when I was, I believe, 12. And
What?
I set my own up when I was 19.
Huh. And have you been able to watch them grow?
Yeah, compound interest is...
A beautiful
Can't
thing.
say that word. It's a beautiful thing.
Ron Christopher's here. Ron, let me ask you this too. So let's say I'm investing. I go meet you over at GC Wealth Management. You come up with a program, a strategy for me. And I'm putting $500. I'm putting $750 a month away, and you're investing it for me in mutual funds or whatever you set up. How often? Because we all have the Wells Fargo or the Bank of America app now, where we check our checking account or see what bills came out for the month. We also could probably have an app to see what's in our mutual fund. How often do you think, if I'm a long-term investor, how often should I really check this thing?
I do 2 reviews a year with my clients. One is a major review. It's very deep, forensic, in person. We map everything out. We update the plan, per se. And one is like a mini review that can be done over the phone. Most often it's done in person. So I would say once a year is probably about the only time you should really pay attention to what your accounts are doing.
Because you don't want me to freak out when it goes down one day, right? You don't want me to hey, Ron, you got to pull me out of everything.
Emotion is the enemy of financial success.
Or, we went up about 10% one day, and I'm like, well, I'm all in. Put my house in that thing if you can.
And then the next month.
Next month, I'm homeless. I'm at the Motel 6, weekly, with HBO, though.
Well, my favorite scene in Caddyshack regarding money is when Rodney Dangerfield's on the phone, and he said, is everybody buying? Okay, then sell. And he's like, everybody's selling? Okay, then buy.
Yeah, it's kind of simple if you think about it that way. Huh?
So Warren Buffett says when there's blood in the streets, that's when you want to buy. You want to be anti-herd, if you will. And people are emotional, and rightfully so, about money, but that's where I come in. I'm the coach. I counsel them on what to do.
Ron Christopher's here talking how to invest your money. All right, Justin Clark walks into the office. We go through my strategies or what I'm really looking to do. I'm 40 years old, and I want to retire at 60. I want to have $3,000 coming in when I'm 60, whatever it is. What are my tools? What are my options at that point for investing my money? Where can I put it?
All right, so the first part of the process, when we go through the planning process, one of the things we do is we answer the most important question. The most important question is, am I going to be okay? And what does that mean? Does that mean, okay, are you saving enough now? Will you have enough in the future? And will you be able to retire when you want? And we don't really call it retirement anymore. We call it work optional lifestyle.
Sure.
Because most people want to continue to do something. They don't want to retire. The old, get a gold watch and ride off into the sunset and play golf every day is gone. Yeah. So most people need to be active. They need to be stimulated. They need to, be on their smartphones, So there's, as an independent advisor, I am affiliated with a family-owned broker-dealer, okay, that caters to independent advisors. I can say that my breadth of product that I'm able to offer someone is about as extensive as it really needs to be. So when you come in, we have options for basically everybody.
So talk to me a little bit then about the difference in what I would call the big box store investment advisory and an independent one like you. Let me give you an example. Like if you go to Wells Fargo because you bank there and you're trying to buy a house and get a mortgage, Wells Fargo is going to have a limited number of different mortgage options, where if you go to someone who is independent, they might be able to shop your mortgage around. Is it a similar concept in the investment world?
Some degree, and I'm getting this hint you don't like Wells Fargo for some reason.
It's funny because I have like 3 different accounts with them. I can show you right here.
You're talking about the app and their mortgages.
Yeah.
I mean,
He loves them, but he hates them.
Well, I'll tell you, these big companies, they got big for a reason. They're not dumb. They have a tremendous operation, sales staff. They know what they're doing. They know how to create in the individual a sense of exclusivity and a sense of accomplishment. I am a financial advisor because that was my calling, and I am willing to help anybody who wants to better themselves financially. If you hear an advisor that says, I'm not going to do business with you unless you have $1 million or more, well, that's fine. You continue to be that way, but that's not who I am. These companies, they make you feel special by, okay, you have to have a certain amount of money to have an account here. We're going to take, you're in the private wealth, this or that. Now, their product relationships are based on their profitability, by and large. And so they engage with certain, companies that are third parties that will give them the deal that they want.
I feel that they are getting paid more or getting more perks to push their clients into certain products that may not always be what's best for their client, who is the individual investor or people like, us. So I want you to be really careful when you deal with the big box investment companies that you see on television with all their commercials, because I'm telling you, there are times where they're going to send your money to places that aren't going to benefit you. They're going to benefit the big advisory so they can actually put more television commercials on television so they can get more people like you to give them money. Ron Christopher's here. We're talking all things financial planning. We got one quick segment ahead. Stick around. It's Florida Man Radio.
You're listening to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Are you a business owner? First of all, thanks for listening. Hey, so if you want to find new customers, we can help on Orlando's newest radio station, WDYZ, Florida Man Radio, 105.5 and 660. Your ad could be featured right here in the morning with Bubba the Love Sponge, key placement middays in Dangerous Conversation with Ledge, or in prime PM drive during the Shannon Burke Show. We can create a custom campaign based on your goals and budget. Drive store traffic, engage new clients, develop more leads, boost website activation, and get your cash register to ring with new business. Radio gets results, and JVC Broadcasting is at the ready to help you take your business to the next level. For more information on increasing your success, visit our website at floridamanradio.com and click on the Advertise tab. Drive store traffic, engage new clients, develop more leads, boost website activation, and get your cash register to ring with new business. Let us help you grow your business.
Reach out today. Unfiltered, unafraid. FloridaManRadio.com. Click on the Advertise tab. Do it now.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have, and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Mark Anajar from the Law Office of Anajar and Levine. If you've been involved in a car accident, call us at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Office in Orlando.
Find a quality, affordable truck at Boomers. Don't see the truck you like? They'll customize it. You pick the lift, the wheels, and the tires. They do the rest. On Ronald Reagan Boulevard in Longwood or online at boomerstrucks.com.
Adam and Eve is not giving you 10% off and not 20% off or even 40%. Your discount is even bigger. AdamandEve.com is giving you a whopping 50% off. But why stop there? In addition to 50% off, you also get 10 free gifts. That includes a racy item for him, a sensuous toy for her, and something we know you'll both enjoy. Ooh. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. And best of all, free shipping. Always delivered in discreet packaging. So rethink your bedroom routine. Go to adamandeve.com and enter the station's exclusive code at checkout, FLMAN, and get, you know the discount, 50% off almost any item and 10 tantalizing free gifts. That's FLMAN, FLMAN.
Frogger's Grill and Bar. Hop in with food and fun. Come out for football, college, and NFL. And of course, wings, wings, wings. Frogger's Grill and Bar. Open for lunch every day. Located in Mount Dora, Oviedo, Apopka, Altamont Springs, and now open in Old Town.
$700 and you're behind the wheel of a better ride. At Orlando Car Deals, pay just $700 down. No credit check and drive today. Your income is your credit. Call 844-700-DOWN. 8900 South US Highway 1792 Maitland or online at orlandocardeals.com.
Tired of being out of control? Do you wish you felt like you did before you started drinking or taking opioids? Call PTC of Orlando. They offer alcohol, heroin, and gambling outpatient detox treatments for those in need. Call them today, 321-972-4618. PTC of Orlando. Visit ptcorlando.com for more information. That's ptcorlando.com. Professional Treatment Centers of Orlando, putting lives on track instead of on hold.
Talking with Jeremy from Nuviva Medical Weight Loss and Rebuilding Life with OrlandoTestosterone.com. Jeremy, sympathy weight. I'm dealing with it right now with the wife. She's pregnant.
Well, I dealt with it the same thing, and here's the whole concept. During pregnancy, your testosterone will drop anywhere from 20 to 30%.
Wow.
And the whole concept is it makes us more of a caregiver and be loving and caring. But now at this point in time, we have the opportunity of doing that along with feeling great.
And this is why I trust Nuviva Medical Weight Loss and Rebuilding Life with OrlandoTestosterone.com.
Honey, the power is out. Wait, never mind. It's back on. Wow, that was fast.
It's our new Generac generator from Trademark Electric. We don't have to do anything. The power goes out, our Generac generator detects the problem, then the Generac generator automatically turns on. And just like that, we have power.
Don't be left out in the dark. Call Trademark Electric today for your free estimate on their affordable Generac automatic standby generators. Residential or commercial. In-house financing is available. Call 352-629-8617.
Adam and Eve is not giving you 10% off and not 20% off or even 40%. Your discount is even bigger. AdamandEve.com is giving you a whopping 50% off. But why stop there? In addition to 50% off, you also get 10 free gifts. That includes a racy item for him, a sensuous toy for her, and something we know you'll both enjoy. Ooh. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. And best of all, free shipping. Always delivered in discreet packaging. So rethink your bedroom routine. Go to adamandeve.com and enter the station's exclusive code at checkout, FLMAN, and get, you know the discount, 50% off almost any item and 10 tantalizing free gifts. That's FLMAN, FLMAN.
Call Pizza Hut now to pick up a large 3-topping pizza for just $7.99. Because the best place to pick up a pizza has pizza in the name. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Ask or click for offer. Additional charge for extra cheese, stuffed crust, pan, and extra toppings. Availability, prices, and participation vary, baby.
Damn, it's hot in here. What's the deal with your AC?
I've had 2 AC companies out, and they can't get it fixed.
You gotta get Four Seasons AC out here now. Call them 407-295-9231. 407-295-9231. Four Seasons is the AC company you wish you called first.
CSC 056308. Today's segment is brought to you by Ron Christopher of GC Wealth Management. Ron Christopher is registered with and offers securities through Kovac Securities, Inc., member FINRA and Securities Investor Protection Corporation, 6451 North Federal Highway, Suite 1201, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33308. Phone number 954-782-4771. Advisory services are offered through Kovac Advisors, Inc. GC Wealth Management is not affiliated with Kovac Securities or Kovac Advisors.
attorney Justin Clark.
Here to wrap up a Wednesday night on Florida Man Radio, Justin Clark. Call my buddy Ron Christopher for all of your financial advice. He will come up with a solid plan for you. All you have to do is call him, 407-947-7396, or search for GC Wealth Management on the internet. Ron, what did I miss, buddy?
I don't know. What did you miss?
I know. I feel like I have so much more to cover. We're
He's
out of
an
time.
honest man.
But you've agreed to come back next week so we can finish this up.
That will be
right?
out next week. And the one last thing I want to say is, we really truly value our clients, our relationship with our clients. I mean, I know things about my clients that nobody knows, and your life plan needs a financial plan. And our process is proven. I believe in our process. And we want our clients looking ahead with, excitement, not apprehension. Most people listening right now, they view money in a negative manner. They have stress regarding money. And just think about what it would feel if you knew you were going to be okay. Just think that feeling and then give us a call.
Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Ron. We'll see you again next week. Bubba the Love Sponge starts the day tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then you can hear Ledge with Dangerous Conversations with my boy, Mick Dolan. And we follow the Shannon Burke Show for EC, for the Beautiful Briana, for Ron Christopher. Mick Dolan, I don't know much, but I do know one little tiny thing.
What's that?
I will see you right back here tomorrow night, 6 p.m. on Florida Man Radio.